Test, test. We are live. Going live. Test, test. 1, 2. There we go. Now live chat's on. All right. Welcome, welcome. We're currently live. What's up, Mike 4? Whoa. What's up, buddy? Just getting back on it. Trying to go live at least 2 to 4 times a week with shop stuff. And then once the shop is done, we're going to be going live way more often doing car stuff and other things. But right now, let's make it happen, buddy. Let's make it happen. Why not? Shit, I'm down for that. But before I get distracted, the machine's just finished printing, so give me a second here. Woo. Ha 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 ha. Hot, 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 hot. Actually making parts for my new workbench. So just trying to get myself situated because I have a lot to work on literally this week. Like once this shop on this side is done, I got to work on my Mark IV, get it back up and running nicely, and then pull the air suspension off, ship it to Raceland to get it replaced because 2 of the bags are failing. And we got to work there and move forward and do that. But I made this little doohickey here. You'll notice it's got a little U shape and it's got a threaded hole back here. So this is a desk clamp to run wires, and I'm actually going to show you at the bench. So like I was saying earlier, let me get this all situated here. So desk clamp, little bolt here that I made for it. Thread this in, and then it locks it in place. So this is the workbench I've been building. This is like a tech setup workbench that I been working on. I'm not gonna say I designed, it's just a bench, something special. I'm gonna bring you guys closer. You guys can see, have a better look at what's going on here. So I still haven't screwed in the top, but I have 4 Type-C connectors, a switch. I just made these 4 Ethernet cables right here. These 4, I have the clamp already on this side for my extension cord. The extension cord is to power the switch and the power strip. This clamp is actually for another one right here in the middle. It's got a little bit of a sag on it, so I want to make sure that we don't like fully drop it. And then I made another one. So the way it's going to be for this side for another cord, but the way it works, you just slide it onto your desk, thread it, and that's it. You got a little hook for a clamp. I mean to hook things onto it. That's all it's for. So we're using that for this guy here in the middle. Did not think that one through. Uh-oh. We're not going to be able to go all the way. Well, I'm going to have to think of a different solution. I'm not tearing this all apart. This took me forever to set up. That sucks. See, never everything goes as planned. But I have another use for this anyways, because I needed one for over here on the side. For this, for this side. I have another cable that needs to go over here. I have my Ethernet cable that's coming off of here. And then once that's done, I got to make another one for over here. Kind of like this here. I got to 3D print a little, kind of like a underneath like bowl. So the nut goes into it and slides in and locks it in here. So we can kind of like hold that in place, because this is not going to stay in place. It's not the same style of, it's not solid. My thought process was to mount one over here possibly, but in a different direction. I was kind of like thinking, I was hoping I'd be able to put something like that, but no. Yeah, this would be very useful here, on here, but I have no way of, this is really thick. I have to redesign this and make it taller so it fits better in here. So it might be something later down the road. So there's that. Now I have to run a cable from the network rack here, from which port? From the patch back here. I gotta patch it into the switch, run it over, down here underneath, and over here. And then it's gonna be wound up on the rack when I need it. Same with the extension cord, it's gonna be wound up. This is not gonna be used all the time. It's just for certain projects. If it's not being used, we're pretty much gonna have this cleared out and we'll be working on other things on here. But I have a couple new projects coming for my tech channel. We're gonna learn how to use Link OS. We're gonna learn how to make a data server. So we have access to data here and anywhere else we go in the world, especially when we're filming and content creation. I want to be able to upload my data and then have someone else get into it and edit it and shit. And once it's edited, I can look at it and then upload it to the channel as we create content over and over and over. Because there's going to be a lot of channels. I got PincheAls Garage Euros, PincheAls Garage Domestics. So we're going to be doing all the VW, Audi, just European cars on one side, and then primarily Volkswagens, obviously. Then we're going to be having domestics. So like when I work on my Fords, or just cars, just car stuff, so like Fords, Toyotas, and all that. When we do those repairs, we're gonna have a separate channel for just every other car brand. And then we're gonna have the motorcycle channel, and then we're gonna have the farm channel. Speaking of farm, let me get my dog over here. We have a dog. We have a shop dog. Lulu, come here, mama. Come here. Come here. Come here, mama. She was abandoned. I know. She's been with us for now a week. Come here. Come here. Come here. Oh, I know. You just woke up. I know. Come here. I'm going to toss you up here. This is Lulu. She's a healer. She's a female, about a year and a half old. And she's super sweet. She's such a sweet little dog. I don't know why anybody would toss a dog, especially this gorgeous little healer. Funny thing, I wanted a healer. I wanted a healer the moment I moved here to Arkansas, because she's my first animal for the farm. We need a healer, especially like a herding dog, right, Lulu? You're gonna herd? We need a herding dog, primarily for the animals that we're gonna have on the property. So if you guys are into animals and farming and growing your own food and doing homestead, that's kind of like the new project going forward on my channel is, building a little small homestead for our family, growing food, raising some animals, and then having fun with my family with all the animals together. So Lulu, we named her Lulu. We struggled for quite a while naming her. I think we took about like 4 days trying to figure out how to name this dog. And Lulu stuck with all of us. We really enjoyed the name Lulu. My family, my wife is Hawaiian, and it's a Hawaiian name for dogs. So we love that one. And the reason why we liked it, because she's a little crazy, so we call her Lulu the Lolo. Right, Lulu? Right? Yeah, I know, Mama. You don't want to be up here. Let me take you down. But say, hi, everybody. Hey. Okay, come on down. I know. There, you're good. Good girl. Good girl. So yeah, she's been with us since Tuesday of last week. We've been on Facebook. We've been on the local, um, like shelters for animals, and we reported her lost, lost or abandoned, and not a single person wanted her. No one. No one asked for anything. We even posted on local pages here in the area. We're in the Genoa area in Arkansas, and not a single person cared about her missing. So apparently there was one my wife posted, and they're like, oh yeah, we know the owners of that dog. And we reach out to them, and they never responded to us. Either A or B, they did lose their dog, or they did abandon their dog and they don't care about her, which I hope that was not the case. That maybe it wasn't their dog and they saw her and they're like, no, that's not our dog. It's still missing, but no one reported anything about this dog. Her picture's everywhere on Facebook and on, especially at the shelters, local shelters, and no one's asked for her. So she's ours. After a week, we decided, yeah, she's gonna be our dog, and we officially named her Lulu. Starting probably next week or the week after, we're gonna spade her and get her checked up and have a vet give her a clean bill of health. If not, we're gonna do everything and anything in our power to make sure she is 100% healthy. She is very active, so we have really cool, this area right here behind my house or behind my shop is a corral, and it's massive. It's about a 1/4 acre, and she can run, go back and forth, and it's fully fenced in, and it's a really nice place for her to run and play. It's right out here, this back side of my shop door. And so I leave this door open, and I can call her and she can come in and out, and she thoroughly loves it. And I go usually play fetch with her out there, and yeah. So she's not like, oh no, I got nowhere to run, I'm stuck inside the house. Nah, this dog's got space to play around with. And pretty soon, once it warms up even more, we're gonna go on the other side of my property, which I'm gonna show you guys on my other channel. Because I'm on 14 acres, by the way. I went from 2 acres to 14. So next week, we're gonna get ready to prep the back of my property for a bigger dog run and a bigger place for my kids to play. But we gotta make sure it's safe and clean and sanitary. So we have to get my mower out, and we gotta mow about 2, almost 3 acres worth of land to clear out so the kids can come out here and play and walk around in the back portion of my backyard. So, all right, without further ado, we're gonna get back to what I was doing. Let me read some comments here first before I proceed forward. You know, because you guys are, I can see you guys are commenting, but you're so far away from here, so I have to get my phone. There we go. What's up, LA Edgar? What's up? And then Erikuno. Yes, we got about 2, almost 3 inches of snow for like 2 days, and that was it. And then it melted away, and now there's just like little patches of just random ice, and that was it. That was the extreme weather I had here in Arkansas. And everybody's like, oh my God, you're gonna freeze to death and you're gonna die. It was literally 2 days worth of snow, and it's just very cold for like a week, and then that's the end of it. Now we're like in the 40s, almost 50-degree weather here, and it's great. So yeah, there's your answer to that. Let me see on Facebook really quick. So I'm gonna show you guys what I'm doing, okay? No comments on Facebook, so you know what? I tried, right? Oh, let me fix this so you guys have a larger screen. There you go. Much, much larger screen for you guys. So you guys have a better view of what we're doing. All right. So I got to patch this table. So what I need is to figure out, obviously, where to run from here all the way over, down, under, and over here. Because this is kind of like the workstation. I want to have it here, but I want to have the ability to kind of like turn it, you know, this way, or turn it this way. And I got to be able to have enough slack for the table to move around. No, no more Escondido, buddy. I'm gone. I've been gone from Escondido for officially 1 month. I am done with California. I am done with their laws. I'm done with the cost of living. I am done with the stupidity of the general stupidity of that state. I've been here for 1 month in Arkansas, and I can tell you this with 100% honesty. I am 100% born and bred Californian, all right? Ain't nobody taking out the California out of me. But it's dumb expensive for no reason. I'm legitimately 1, 2, 3, 4 states. Let's see, hold on. California, Arizona, Nevada, New Mexico, Texas. So I'm halfway across the country. So 5 states, almost 5 states, yeah. 1,500 miles from California. It is a third of the cost of living. Most people here live perfectly fine on minimum wage or higher. Most people I've spoken to have not needed a crazy expensive job or skill set to be able to survive paycheck to paycheck. A lot of people here have good skill sets and they don't make a ton of money, like say 40 to 50,000 a year, and they have a house and they have money and they have better stuff than I do without working so hard. I don't understand the difference. I mean, I do understand the differences, but why here in Arkansas, number one, people don't give a shit about you. In other words, in a good way. They just mind their own business. You do what you got to do. You do you. We leave you alone. They don't care. I mean, I've been out here for a month and I've been riding bikes, driving my cars, driving my bus, and people will not care. They'll look at the bus and like, oh man, it's a cool bus, but then they leave you alone. It is nice. It is a breath of fresh air where people just mind their own business. And to me, it's like, oh, major weight is like lifted off my shoulders, and I just feel so much better because now I focus on my work. All right, so back to my work. My rant's over. I'm not going to rant anymore. All right, so we have these Cat 6 cables that I used, and I got to run these. And I don't know if you guys ever made a Cat 6 cable, but it's pretty cool. Grab an end. We're gonna chip this one. I'm gonna cut this end because this end was like not cut really nicely. All right, and when we cut this end, I have a really cool stripper. I got these on Amazon for like 15, 20 bucks. It's called it's a Petch tool. It's a pretty much cutter, stripper. It's got the wiring diagram on here and a cutter and a crimper all in one tool. It's a super convenient tool. I love it. Again, got on Amazon for like 20 bucks, I think, maybe a little bit less. I bought like 4 of these for the kids classes. You guys can see here. So it's got the cutter and the crimper here. It's got the cutter just to cut wire, and then the stripper right here, this little notch here. And then if you see here in the front, it's got the wire diagram on Cat 6A or B. I wire everything on Cat 6B, by the way. So first things first, you grab one of these little guys. This is like the shielding, the cover for the Cat 6. I bend the cable so this thing doesn't roll all the way down to another side of the dang wire. I bring this out about an inch, inch and a half. I do like a surface cut on the wire, on the shield, mainly because if you don't, you run a risk of cutting the actual copper. The copper is very soft and it's easy to cut, and even easier to cut when the copper itself is extremely thin. Once I'm done with this live stream, I have another one starting tonight. If I get everything else I need done today, I have all my chores. I have a long laundry list of chores I have to do before I can start playing with my Mark IV. So chore number 1, we just finished it, build the table. Chore number 2, wire the switch to this switch and wire the NVR, which is my, my network video recorder, to the server. And then if that works, all that's done. Oh, and I got to organize a couple items I need for inventory. I don't know if you guys watched the previous live stream. I'm going to bring this up closer to you. You guys are going to come closer to me. Watch it, Lulu. I don't know why you sit in the middle of the floor when you know dang well I'm going to be in your way, Lulu. Silly dog. She's all, but Papa, I need to be closer to you, Father. Hopefully that works. Let me see. Yeah, that's a good view. Cool. All right. I'm going to do my best to wire these for you. All right. So this one little plastic thing right here that I have, this guy is kind of like a a copper straightener. So I use this to make these little ends straighter. It helps when you feed it into the actual Cat 6 end. This guy right here. Again, what's really cool about this tool, it has your wire diagram right here, Cat 6A on top, Cat 6B on the bottom. We're going to do B, so we're going to go orange and white, orange, green and white, blue, blue and white, green, brown and white, brown. Now you're wondering why I'm just doing this live stream. Hopefully you are. I'm doing this because I'm trying to get my habit of live streaming back on. And me doing random stuff and working in the shop is kind of like how I'm going to do it, you know? I'm just going to keep live streaming, getting into the habit of just being on live. So we grab this end, and then what I do is I get the cable nice and close, nice and straight, cut it so it has a really straight cut. Hopefully you guys can see that. It's a nice straight cut on here. We want to be as straight as we can. This allows us to feed it. So on this guy, you'll see the little pigtail on top. That's always facing down when you feed these in. And you want to feed this in square like that. And then your next thing is push it in. Now, before you do anything and crimp it, oh, it's ready to go. Don't do that. You want to, check your wiring. Because once it goes through, it has these little holes to align everything in place. So we got orange and white, orange, green and white, blue, blue and white, green, brown and white, and brown. Yep, perfect. So we want to push this as deep as we can go. So deep. And then we're going to grab this guy, push it in here. And now we're actually going to cut it and crimp it. And that, everybody, is how we make a Cat 6 cable end. Now that part is done. We got a new tool to introduce to you guys on how to make a, I'm not gonna cut this wire and make it shorter. I'm gonna use this entire roll because this is gonna give me the ability to run it as far, to move this table as far as I can, you know? So this one again was damaged. You'll see here, it got cut. I did a stupid thing in my shop and I didn't realize how I did it until I did it. And then I was like, oh, we didn't notice that. But you know, don't worry about that. We're gonna do something called punching. We're gonna punch this cable. First, we're gonna do the same process. We're gonna strip the wire. I'm gonna strip it a little bit longer than doing a normal cable. Again, you'll notice I barely cut the plastic. Sometimes it'll strip, but nicely, but I don't want to cut all the way through. We had a problem when we did this last time, and we stripped it, but one of the wires got cut just enough that you couldn't tell, but it was completely cut all the way through. Funny thing is when I ran my Cat 6 tester, it passed. So we wired it in and we weren't getting full connection. It was just making enough contact to send a signal, but it wasn't passing enough power to get full signal. So we wouldn't get full gigabit speed. In other words, 1,000 megabytes a second. So what I'm doing here is unraveling it. And I'll show you why. Now we don't have to straighten this one out when we do a punch, but we need one new tool to do this job. Bring that over here. All right. You'll see right here, this is called a punch tool. This is a punch end or a patch end, or this is called a keystone. Sorry, this is called a keystone, and that's a punch tool. I'm just trying to uncap this. This thing had the cap on it. Okay. So this makes a female end of a Cat 6. What's really cool, if you look at the sides, it's already pre-diagrammed for the colors you need for Cat 6A or B. B is the bottom colors, A is the top colors. So we're wiring everything with the bottom colors. We're gonna do blue, white, orange, orange, white. So solid blue first. Blue and white. Solid orange. And then orange and white. And that's on one side. On the other side, it's solid green. Green and white. Brown and then brown and white. All right. This is why this is my favorite part about punching, is the punch tool. So it's pretty much like a pressurized blade that will punch. So you'll see here. Okay. The blade is on the outside, the rest of it is on the inside. And you hear that punch noise, that little clunk clunk. Lulu, I know you're bored. I'll be out there in just a little bit, Mama. All right. Now we have another tool to introduce to you. so we can test this. Okay. It's a line tester. This is designed for RJ45 and RJ11 phone lines and Ethernet. Gotta get a patch cable. Now, patch cables are short little Ethernet cables, okay? We need that because we made a female end, so we need to test it with a good working male to male end. We put it in on the test side. And we put this guy in on the other side, and then we run it on. Now you'll see here, hopefully you guys can see that on camera, the light cycling. You'll see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then ground. G will not light up because this is not a grounded cable. The grounding does it on the switch. So we want to make sure all these light up. And you'll notice they go in sequence on both sides of the tester. As long as all of them go in sequence, we're good. What will happen sometimes, they'll go in sequence and then one might turn off along the way. If that happens, that means you either didn't punch or crimp the cable good enough, or one of the wires is broken. This tests every single wire, and there's 6 wires. So you have to go all the way down to 6. 7, 8, and ground are for different kind of wiring. I don't touch those, so we don't have to worry about those. But the 1 through 6 are very, very important. As long as those match up, we officially made a very good Ethernet cable. We're going to turn this off. Disconnect, disconnect. Now this is a keystone cover. All this does is just protects the wire from it popping out from its socket. You'll see here, again, it's called a keystone. From here, we're going to wire it up to the switch now. This is where it gets annoying, because now I have to actually, oh shit, that broke. So lame. Let's see. Okay, that works, guys. All right. So my next goal here, move this out of the way. So we have to fish this wire underneath this rack, from the underneath the rack all the way over to the right, underneath the rack here, bring it up and over to our patch panel right here, and then we're going to run it into the switch. Now there's a couple ways we can go about this. I'm probably going to do it the easier way, which is going to start over here. And patch it in. Now this is for my separate network, so I don't want to get involved with all my other wires. So I'm going to run this on the far end of my patch, my patch panel, because I want this to be completely separate from everything else, because this is completely separate from everything else. I'm actually going to I'm going to set up a VLAN. So a VLAN, it's a virtual network where this device will not interfere with any other devices on my network. So there's no like weird intrusions or weird issues, because we're going to be doing a lot of testing. We're going to be building a test environment for different operating systems, and we're going to be messing around. So we don't want it to affect or infect the rest of my network. So this is how it's going to have its own virtual network. You're going to be like, what? How does Al know all this stuff? I'm learning as I go, by the way, guys. A lot of this stuff I've been in practice from my home lab. I'm just want to expand my knowledge from all this stuff that I've been learning over my years and years and years of my life of doing tech work. It's just, I want to get into more tech stuff, but not have it be involved in my current channel. I am on my current channel because I have subscribers there. There's no one else on my other channels. So there's that. So I'm gonna run this wire back here. And I also haven't made my new channels yet. So that kind of also, you know, kind of does the thing, you know? All right, so I want to make sure I have enough slack so when I do my wire management in here, it looks good. Because I am very, very, how do you say, picky on how wiring looks. Especially when I wire everything up. Right now it doesn't bother me because it's not completed. But if it was completed, it would bother me a lot. So I'm gonna fish this. Question is, does it fit in here? It does. All right, so we will be doing that. Let's go. Because I don't want to see wires in my shop unless I have to. Oh, that was actually going to work out really well. And since I don't have to build a shelf all the way this low, this will not affect my rack in any way. And what we'll do is that we'll zip tie it here on the bottom so it's nice and snug. And then I'm going to 3D print an arm up here, kind of like right here. And then I can roll it up, or no, actually, no, further down here, yeah. That way I can wind it up here when I don't need it. And then when I do need it, just unravel it. And you'll see here, it's a really long cable. I might make it shorter, but then I can just patch in right in there. Beautiful. So that's why I have all this. And you'll notice right here, I have these cables ready here. So I got 4 active Ethernet cables, all nicely wired in on the desk. You guys can see over here. I don't know if you guys can. There we go. So you'll see these are the 4 that I'm talking about. These are the 4 that I made today for it. pretty much 1, 2, 3, 4. I have more than 4 outlets extra. I have 4 type C 100-watt chargers, and those are strictly for any type C device. Most of the new modern laptops use type C now, so why not? And then any desktop, it's just a standard 3-prong power cord. Any monitor should be just an easy get-go, so I can actually have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more. Wait. Yeah, 8 more devices plugged in. Again, it's just extra ports, Ethernet. The shop already has Wi-Fi, so if we have to test Wi-Fi as well, it's already available. So now that we got the bench all set up and done, this came out really well. I'm very, very happy with myself. I know, so now that the wires ran, you can actually just hook it onto here. We really wanted to. Kind of like that. That worked out really well. I can turn the desk this way. Oh, my walkie. And that works very well. And the extension cord plugs right into the power strip, and we got that. I am gonna get a monitor right here. I wanna get a monitor mounted right here on this corner or in that corner for as part of the workbench setup. Gotta have a monitor on a workbench, especially for tech stuff, right? The idea is to have maybe a monitor right over here next to the switch or over here to the far right. As long as there's a monitor mounted. I have an arm right here actually. Let's see if we can get this one mounted. Gotta love it when companies go out of business and you get to buy their old stuff. You know? Gotta love it. Because I got this monitor arm from them. For like 15 bucks or 10 or 15 bucks from an old company online. Easy monitor arm setup. Mount that. Get this guy. And then this guy locks it in place. Done. And now I have a monitor arm setup. Not bad. It's a standard VESA mount, so it's very, very like universal. You know, I can mount it there, part of my setup. I got a monitor right here. I'll set that one up. A little 24-inch. I'll get that one wired up in a little bit. And that one uses a standard 3-prong power cord. So we'll just mount it here and wire it into the bench, and we're good. And we got a really nice tech bench to all get ready to go. I like this because this gives me a lot of versatility on just things that need to get set up and wired on this desk. Kind of like this. Just more stuff out of the way. I like things just out of the way, especially when I'm working, that I need a lot of stuff out of the way. All right, so that's patched in and ready to go. Now there's a problem. Not a big problem, but still a problem. I'll show you guys. These patch cables are short. They're very short, and these need to go a little bit longer so I can get this wired in to my rack. Yeah, they're about 2 inches too short. So I have to make a patch cable. Now, if you guys have any questions, what's going on? Ask me, ask away, guys. I am here live streaming with you and talking. I'm just working. I'm trying to get stuff done in the shop. So, VW, you guys want to talk VWs? You guys want to talk content? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? How's everybody else been? You know? I'm just gonna do this really quick while you guys decide to make a comment. If you guys are commenting. I can read your comments. My phone's right here. So ask away. New here? What are you working on? Ah, see? Well, number one. Let's see if you guys can see that. There you go. It's my server rack on that corner. I just built this tech bench. Got a bunch of outlets. Got 4 power cords here. I put a 16-port switch here, which I got for free. I mean, it came. I'm just making cables for my switch. Just mounted this monitor arm. We're gonna get a monitor on here as well. This is pretty much the workbench for my other YouTube channel, my tech channel, that I'm gonna be making. But the whole reason why I'm doing all this is that my shop is not, it's still under construction, meaning I still have a lot of other things to finish up before I can start doing car things. If I can get almost all of it done today, I will be going live again tonight, working on my Mark IV at the same time, filming my Mark IV for some new content. What's up, Nick? Not much, just doing a live stream and making wiring. What's up? No, she's over there somewhere. She's outside. There's a list right there, that piece of paper somewhere right there. One of those, there's a piece of paper. I think it's over there on the laptop on the desk. So James, that's what I'm working on. I just finished the patching of the desk. I just built the tech bench. I got because we're no longer using the back of this. This is not good for what we're doing. Okay. So I made this our official bench. So I'm just finishing up all the wiring on it. And then after this is done, and I have to wire in the NVR. After that, we have to do an organization of the units down there on the bottom. But I have to get off live for any of that stuff, so I can focus on that. Where are the boxes that have to be tossed? Those are all the ones over here against this wall. They have to be broken down and tossed, but we have to get trash bags to do that. Hmm? Yeah, those are what's next on the to do. Yeah, no, I love these benches. Um, so my friend bought one, and he bought it, but he got tired of the manual hand crank for it. So he bought the electric version of the hand crank of this bench, and with the electric one, he kept the base. So I went on Home Depot and I bought another wood top. I haven't bolted it on, as you can see. You can slide it. So I have to bolt down the bottom to this bench, um, so we can not have it slide around. That's I haven't confirmed how I want this bench to sit. So yeah, but I love these. These are awesome benches, and they started going up in price. I got these all. I bought 1, 2, 3, 4 of them, and they were $280. Now they're at $400, so they went up a lot already. So I'm happy that I bought as many as I could afford a couple years back, because yeah, they went up a lot in price. Yeah, this is the only one that doesn't have the drawers on the bottom, because he kept that. But I mean, it's a free. I bought the wood top was only 150 bucks, and then the free legs. So I was like, oh, that's easy. Easy, no brainer, you know? IKEA, though, believe it or not, I don't know if you see those wood tops over there on the left where my 3D printers are on. Um, IKEA, I was able to buy these giant wood tops. I don't know if you guys see that over there. So those brown wood tops are 100 inches long. They're countertops. I got those for 150 bucks at IKEA. They're veneer, so they're like about an inch of real wood all around, and then they're kind of hollowish in the middle, from what they said. I don't know, but for 150 bucks, gorgeous tabletops. And I bought 2 of them. And then Home Depot had these cabinets down below for half price, for $85 for these cabinets. And I made my countertop with that. So all my 3D printers run off of this beautiful little setup that I have back here. And it turned out really well. I'm actually very, very happy and impressed. I didn't screw them onto anything. With the weight of the printers, um, they're not moving. They're not moving at all. So if you can see that, came out really good. Um, the pegboard on the wall, I bought all that from Home Depot. I was gonna buy black pegboard, and it was like, I think 50 bucks for like half of one of these sheets. And I was just like, holy smokes, that's expensive for black pegboard. So what I ended up doing, I bought their white pegboard, and it was 25 bucks for a 4x8. What I'm gonna do after I'm done, once the whole room is like officially done, I'm gonna take this all off and I'm gonna paint it black. I'm just gonna get some vinyl paint and just paint it on there, and then put it back on the wall black. And it costs me probably like another 30 bucks to do 4 of these panels for a fraction of the cost. Thank you. Been working hard to making it look the way it looks right now. So we're gonna make this patch cable about that long because we need a little bit of length to it. Nice and warm today, huh?
Warmer, yeah.
So James, this channel that you're on right now is my car channel. I have more channels I'm going to be posting. I've been trying to get to them and get them make my new channels, but there's going to be 5 channels in total. One for European cars, my Volkswagens and all that. One for just random car brands. I will be working on other locals cars and repairing and doing DIYs for just automotive repair as cars come into the shop and get serviced. And then we're gonna have a motorcycle channel. So doing rides, doing repair work, maintenance, adventure riding, you know, going on dirt trails and discovering the area, the new area that I'm in. And then we're gonna have my tech channel. So we'll be doing more stuff like this, you know, just making this stuff. The 3D printing is a part of it. And then I'll be doing a lot of live streams, bouncing off a channel and channel when we're working, depending on the scenario. I was supposed to start all of this actually today, but the snow kind of slowed me down here, put me back by a week. Because I'll start working in the shop and then it get really, really, really cold and I couldn't get any further because the cold just, you don't want to work when it's freezing cold. You know, you get a couple things done and then you're done, you know, for the day. I usually tend to, I mean, we do have a heater in the shop, but it's a metal building. It doesn't really hold in the heat very well. Yeah, it snows where we're at. We're in Arkansas, in a little town called Texarkana, Arkansas. I was in California a month ago, but we moved out of California. Big change, you know? Yo, what's up, Wayne? Thank you, James. Wayne here is actually one of our long time subscribers. Super good friend. Oh, where did you move? James, did you move to Arkansas? Ah, Arizona, okay. I used to live in Arizona. Not much, but I lived in Yuma, Arizona. Uh-oh, there's an issue. One of the cables is not correct. Let's see. Dang it, I flipped one of them. this one. From LA to IE, okay. Yeah, I moved from Escondido, California. I grew up actually in LA. I was born and raised in LA, East LA. Born and raised in East LA, Compton, and then Santa Ana. And then from there, we moved to Calexico. From Calexico to Vista. From Vista to Oceanside, Escondido, Ramona, and then Arkansas. I did a lot of moving in my life. Hated it. Lincoln Heights, I know the area. Huh. Definitely know that area. Small world, man. All right, so I fast forwarded too quickly and I ruined one of my wires. So I have to redo this entire stupid thing. I hate doing these over again. Wow, in 1990, you are in your 50s. I graduated from Vista High School in 2001, so you, sir, are 11 years older than I am. Man, we are dating ourselves already. Time has severely passes by, I'll tell you that though. I wish the 90s were a slower time period, meaning when we were kids and growing up, you grew up in the 80s, so you didn't have to remind me. You got the best of both worlds. You got to enjoy the 80s fully, and then you got to enjoy the 90s as almost as an adult, right? Where I grew up in 83, born in 83, got to semi-enjoy the 80s and then fully enjoy the 90s. You know, some amazing eras. Right, Nick? Oh, he has his headphones on? Yeah. Wayne, what are we doing? Well, I'm making wires, or Cat 6 ends, for my server rack because I have to finish up my networking stuff here in the shop. I'm really behind. Again, I'm about a week behind on work, especially for the channel, because I want to do car stuff, but I can't do car stuff until everything else is done. Car stuff, unfortunately, is a priority, but not the number one. Shop functionality is number one. Everything else comes right after. And if I don't get this stuff done, it gets put on the back burner, and then I'm like, I got to get to that, and then it's going to take even longer and longer and longer. For example, my kids, we don't use a lot of like Hulu and all this other stuff, like streaming services. I know, right? Sorry. So we have a server for a lot of our movies and content for my children, and obviously for myself as well. So a lot of my movies and TV shows are locally hosted versus paying for a subscription service, you know? Saves us a lot of money month to month. All right. Make sure we are in the green. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and done. We pass. Yay. All right. Patch cable has been created. This one, the blue one is special. This guy is for this switch right here. So I know that he is a part of a whole different network because this guy has a whole different, is going to have a whole different meaning when it comes to functionality. Now, I have to make another Cat 6 cable for my NVR, and that's for my my video recorder. It's the hard drive video recorder for my video cameras on the property. It's been deactivated for quite a while because we moved and all my video equipment and my surveillance equipment has been turned off. So now I have to fix it. Again, all part of the shop. The surveillance equipment's more for peace of mind on the property, not in the big market for random people showing up on the property and just, I don't know who you are and you're just here. I gotta make sure I can capture you in full 4K, you know, video quality, day or night. We've been searching online too for, what do they call them? Trail cameras. We wanna see what lives on our property. How difficult is it to make I just made it. It took me like what, 2 minutes, 3 minutes to make a cable. It's not hard. Just need a handful of tools. You need this tool right here. So it's a crimper, stripper, / cutter, all in one, plus wire diagram as part of it. You need nippers, cable straightener, and then if you're going to do your network rack, you need a punch if you're going to do keystones. And then the last bit of the tool set, you need a cable tester as well. You a pro though? I ain't no pro, man. Just a hobbyist. Ah, crap. I think I cut this one too close. Nope, I'm good. I'm gonna walk you through making this cable, okay? So you can see how it's done. Super easy. So first, strip the cable. Oh, first feed your little shield. Strip the cable. Cut the access stuff on the inside. Then you have 6 wires. See these? There's 4. I mean, no, there's 2, 4, 6. There's 8 wires, but you have to unravel them. They're all twisted. So we unravel. Very easy. Now, one question that comes across my mind is, how do you choose Cat 6 cables? And why do you choose one over another? Every Cat 6 cable has a grade, has a purpose. Every type of wire, you know, we have, you know, like on just cable wire in general, we have like different gauges, you know, 0 gauge, aught gauge, 4, 6, 12, 18, 22, 20, 22, 24 gauge, right? Paper thin wire. Cat 6 is kind of the same process, but it goes off of resistance, ohms, or impedance is another word. The better the impedance, the longer you can run this wire. Is technically you can go about 300 and I believe it's 330 feet is the longest you can run one Cat 6 cable, depending on the grade of the cable. There's other ones, like this one is only allowed to go up to 100 feet. This is interior Cat 6, so it's just for local wiring. But if you're trying to run from one building to another, you need to make sure you have the one that matches your requirements. I think 550 ohms is the one you want for super long runs. You also want exterior cable, meaning there's special shielding so it doesn't deteriorate with weather, different changes in heat, cold, moisture. That shielding doesn't degrade over time. So there's exterior versions, there's interior, there's also fire resistant ones. So a fire retardant. They have a special powder on the inside of it, so if it ever does catch fire, it'll prevent it from just turning into a snake fire and then burning the entire of your house. Again, different grades of cable for different purposes and different reasons behind it. There's Cat 6A, Cat 6B, and there's Cat 5. Cat 5 doesn't go as fast as Cat 6. Cat 5 is old technology. No one uses it anymore. No one cares. It still exists. You can still use it for a bunch of other stuff. A lot of older equipment uses Cat 5. We are in the future. Cat 6 is where it matters. I wire everything with Cat 6B. There's A and B. I honestly don't know the differences, but from what I read and what I can recall, Cat 6B is just better. I don't know why. I forgot why. I can't tell you. That might be in the tech channel and why. And then we'll go more in depth when we go into that process. Lulu. Lulu. There you are, girl. Just making sure you're still around, okay? Okay. All right, so Cat 6B goes orange and white, solid orange, and then it's going to be green and white, blue, blue and white, green, brown and white, and brown. Oh yeah, it's a lot cheaper. A 50-foot cable runs about, I would say, anywhere from 20 to like 60 bucks for a 50-foot cable, depending on the grade. That's already pre-made and terminated. It's going to cost you a lot to begin with. I mean, just tools alone is about 100 bucks. And then supplies, I mean, supplies is like 30 bucks. So like 130 bucks just for your supplies. And then a 400-foot box of cable runs about 100 bucks. So you're looking at about 250 bucks to get started to make your own cable. So the initial cost is expensive, but this is how I look at it. I spent 200 bucks in this shop alone, okay? Alone, I ran already about 300 feet of cable. If I bought that all separately, it would have ran me, how many cables is he? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cables. So I ran 9 cables at 50 bucks a cable on average. So 100, 200, 300, 400, about 450 bucks, $400 for all that cable. So it's already paid for itself. And then if I break a cable or cut a cable on accident, and I can always just chop the ends, add new ends, and use it for something else. For example, I just made that blue one, that patch cable for the network switch here. And then, yeah, 100 bucks is usually for a box of 200 feet. If you're really cheap and you really want to find cheap Cat 6 cable, Facebook Marketplace, find used spools all the time. I got a 500-foot spool for 40 bucks. Usually a lot of people who are doing runs, in their house and they're done with it, they don't need any more wire, you can definitely buy a lot of wire for nothing, I did that for my old house in Ramona. I wired my entire house for literally 50 bucks. It's so cheap, just time consuming. So orange and white, green, blue, blue and white, solid green, brown and white, and brown. Okay. Yeah, I always go on Marketplace for used rolls because it's a lot cheaper. Just make sure it meets your criteria or the type of wire you're looking for. Don't just buy any Cat 6 cable. See, like this one already messed up. So they flipped the green. Probably gotta keep an eye on all of these. Yeah, again, Wayne, in the long run, it is a lot cheaper to make your own wire. A lot. And the quality is up to you. The next plan tonight, if I can finish all of this today, is to work on my Mark IV. I'm gonna do a live stream and a video recording doing some work on my Mark IV. I gotta get my Mark IV like fully running again so I can get back and driving it. And then other work on it. So this goes on the back of my NVR. So now I'm gonna see how long I need. So I can patch this in. There you go. Don't need much. We're gonna punch this time. We're not gonna make an end. We're gonna make a punch. Using the cheater connectors pass-through wires. What do you mean, James? Explain that to me. I don't understand what you mean by cheater connector. I'm curious about that. I don't know what that means. Ah, jeez. You're using the cheater connectors, pass-through wires? Again, I don't know. What do you mean by that? Are you talking about the ends? Oh, the wires stick out of the front. Bro, you don't know, man. Like, have you tried doing them with the other style where they just go in and they're flush inside of it? Those suck. Like, a lot. So I guess, yeah, these are pass-throughs. That's correct. These are definitely pass-through. You can feed it right through and then they come right out. So you are correct. Yeah, right now we're like in the 40s, high 40s, almost in the 50s right now. We're actually gonna get a heat wave in about a couple days. It's gonna be in the 70s in a couple days. That's why the shop door is open, if you see that. Because it's not even cold, it's just nice outside. Okay, so this right here is called a keystone, and it's a punch keystone. So we use this to put all our wiring in here. What's really nice, if you look on the side of the keystone, there's an A and B. A on top, B on the bottom. It tells you what colors to do each side. It is easy, so much easy. That sucks, Wayne. I'm sorry. Blue, blue, white. Ugh, that sucks, man. Hey, at least you have heat, right? And then James, some of my guys run ports, not cutting flush, bending socket pins. Ugh. Nah, man, I'm very, how do you say, tentative to how I wire my stuff. I like my stuff looking super clean, and I like my stuff to be as functional as possible, and more so that I have actual time to work on my shop itself. So I'm very, very anal on how it looks. Yeah, it gets expensive though. I agree. I agree with you, sir. And then here's my punch tool. And all this does is pushes the wire right into the crack. And cuts it for you. So it makes a clean connection. Okay. We're going to plug in our patch cable really quick. Plug it in here. Plug it in here. And then we're going to test it. Now, if you guys can see that, you'll notice it cycles all the way down. That means we gonna make a wire just right. That's right. It passes the test. So that means I can now finish this. You like that, right? I always enjoyed learning how to do different accents. And I learned how to do like a Southern accent a long time ago as a kid. So it's not hard. So now we have a Cat 6 patch cable, or I guess connector cable. I don't know what you want to call it, but this though goes on my main left to right switch for my NVR. So we plug it in here. And now we now have my camera equipment working. Now I just gotta patch it in. One of these guys. And we got full green. So that means we officially have full gigabit connection. That means the cable itself made a proper end-to-end connection. So that's done. So what did we end up finishing? I made all the wires for the switch here. I made the wire for the switch from my network stack to here. I made the wiring for the NVR to my patch board to the switch. So those two projects. Nick just finished a cardboard. Let me see what's on the list. Got my honey-do list right here, you know? Trying to get them all done today. All right, so done. So Ethernet cable for the desk, the NVR boxes. We're gonna organize all of my other equipment. We gotta do some photos. We gotta do inventory, clean them, and then right here at the bottom, the Mark IV is at the bottom of my list. Again, not the priority, but it is on my, so these jobs here all kind of go hand in hand for my honey-do list. This is done. I'm gonna do a quick cleanup, put my tools away. I did everything I needed to do up here. I am very happy, satisfied with this end project. It came out really good. Very, very good end results, and I'm very happy with it. So, if you guys enjoyed this, be ready. I'm gonna kind of go off the live stream, and then I'll be back again tonight. If I can get everything else done tonight, I'll be back. I mean, today in the afternoon, I'll be back at nighttime and start on the Mark IV. I'm gonna drive it in here, and we're gonna be working on the gas tank. I'm actually gonna be 3D printing the gas tank tool. There's a tool on the gas tank. I mean, there's a big old nut on the gas tank. There's a really cool tool that I found. You can 3D print, and it makes you lock and unlock the pretty much the pickup assembly for the gas tank. You can do it by hand instead of using a screwdriver and hammer. So I'll be 3D printing that today. So we'll be ready for tonight, as long as I get everything else done. If you guys are going to watch tonight, there'll be a lot of cool stuff come tonight and come this week pretty much for more content. I also have to finish up on my other motorcycle. If you guys can see. On this side of the shop, it's very barren, but we're working on that white bike over there on the right. It's my CF Moto, my brand new bike I just got, the Adventura. It's an adventure bike. Not really, it's more like a touring bike, if you want to call it. That's what I think it's more relatable to. I got to put it all back together. It's like in cargo mode. I took apart the entire front of it, and all the bits are off of it, so I'm going to take it all apart, put it all back together, and start filming with that one. I'm going to be doing some long rides with that one around town. I want to do some more discovering around Arkansas, and especially Texarkana and around the areas with that bike. My bike on the left, I just ordered the chain, the gears, a bunch of other new service stuff for it. So this is ready for its 10,000 mile service very soon. So we got a whole DIY coming for that. The Corrado, we're not talking about that. We're going to exclude the Corrado for now. Tonight, Mark IV, hopefully, and other stuff. Oh, Mr. B, get out of here. No. There's a bee in the shop now. Great. All right, guys. Again, like I said earlier, one thing, if you're new to the channel, one thing I highly recommend for you is to head over to patreon.com, become a member. It's free. I have a free membership, and then there's a paid for membership. We want to get started on that because the funds that we raise on that is going to help for the children that come to the class that's going to start soon. Okay. The funds that we raise there is for the service, the materials, and all that stuff for the children that we're going to be doing, again, live streams with kids building engines. On top of that, it's going to help us finish the Patreon Jetta. I'm almost done with it. Be ready for that. Our VR6 turbo build. One car at a time. Like I tell people, one car at a time. Mark IV first, my GTI first. I got to get the new bags on it. I got to get the interior done, paint it, service the engine, the gas tank, and then do the same thing to my trailer. Redo the entire stereo system, the entire interior on that guy. Same on the Mark IV, all new stereo system. And then push that out, and we're done with that car. Next car will be the PincheAl Jetta, the VR6 Turbo. That one needs pretty much the paint job, needs the wheels to be redone, tires, intercooler piping, and tuning. And then that guy is ready to go and go to the next owner. From there, we're gonna work on the Corrado. After the Corrado, the Mark II. After the Mark II, my VW bus with the TDI swap. After that car, we're gonna just keep going forward. I'm hoping with all those cars done, and we give away the Corrado and the VR6 Turbo, we're gonna get a huge following. With the following coming in, hopefully we start raising real good money, and that money turns into more content, and we're trying to hire some people. There's a family that I really wanna bring to my property. And I really want to start raising some decent funds so that family can come and join me on my compound and help me make more content. I need more car people. I don't have many car people. I actually don't have any friends right now, just all me by myself. I'm trying to figure out where I can find friends locally. It's a hard thing here in Arkansas because a lot of people keep to themselves. They just mind their own business. So we'll see what happens. All right. Thank you everyone for watching. And as always here at PincheAl's Garage, we're going to break, we're going to fix, and we're going to repeat. Deuces everyone. And remember, if you see a fellow dubber on the road, give him a thumbs up. Give him a deuces. Respect one another. And as always, love everyone. Peace out and have yourself a wonderful day. You too, Wayne. Love you, buddy.